hard work to be a professional ballet dancer. You have to train for years and years, and then once you build up that skill set and join a company, then you are rehearsing all day long and performing almost every night, and that brings its own set of challenges. My name is Mira Nadon. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Claremont, California, and I'm a corps de ballet dancer with New York City Ballet. I remember watching a video of George Balanchine's The Nutcracker when I was probably 4 or 5, and I remember watching the Party Children and thinking, I could do that, and I wanted to try it out. At that point, I didn't have any classical ballet training, so I definitely couldn't do it, but it sparked an interest in classical ballet. I started my classical ballet training at Pacific Ballet Academy. I felt like they gave me a really good base. One of my teachers taught my class an excerpt from Serenade by George Balanchine. And I absolutely loved them. They were so much fun just to learn in class. So that led me to researching Balanchine and then finding out about the New York City Ballet and the School of American Ballet. And from there, I decided to audition for SAB, the School of American Ballet's summer program. And I got in, and I loved it. I loved the training, I loved the teachers, and I went back the next year, and that year I was asked to stay for the winter term, which is SAB's year-round program. It's a big change. Moving to New York, I wasn't living with my family anymore. I was living in the dormitories. All of a sudden, I was attending high school, and there wasn't anyone to remind me to wake up on time or do my homework or prepare for tests. It's really all up to you, so you have to take a lot more responsibility for yourself, but it also taught me a lot of skills that I think were really beneficial. And at SAB, they really emphasize musicality and fast footwork and placing your feet, and you hold your arms in a different way, you hold your hands in a different way. So it's a lot to take in, but the teachers are very patient and they're persistent, and they'll work with you until you get it right because they just care about their students so much and just want everyone to succeed. I think I felt a change in the way I approached dance after my workshop performance. So at SAB, at the end of the year, the students put on a workshop, and you work on this performance for a couple months before. It's kind of the culmination of the whole year's work. And I got to dance the principal couple in Balanchine's Scotch Symphony, and that was just an amazing experience. And I not only got stronger physically, I also felt like I really built my confidence up in that period. And coming out of that period of training and then doing the show, I felt like I approached dancing in a different way, and I was then able to look at steps and see how I wanted to dance them that was maybe slightly different from what other people were doing, and I felt a newfound strength in my body. I think everything just came together after being at SAB for a couple years and growing into my body, but I definitely felt a shift.
But I think when we really noticed that Mira was going to be a special dancer, a special talent to come to New York City Ballet, we noticed it in her workshop performance. When she came out on stage, she all of a sudden showed us that she was a ballerina. And I mean that in the truest sense of the word. She was making artistic decisions on the stage in the moment that a ballerina who was much older and much more mature would make. She has beautiful line. She has this quality where she moves through things very naturally, moves through steps naturally. She never has what we would call an awkward moment. She places her feet well, she's a good turner, she's a strong jumper, and with her length, she's able to fit into a variety of roles, which is really exciting for us.
In November of 2017, I was invited to become an apprentice with the New York City Ballet, and it was very unexpected, and I found out on Monday afternoon, and then I started on Tuesday. So it was super fast. I was 16, so I was pretty young, but I definitely felt like I was ready to make the transition from student to professional. At least when I was at SAB, I was very aware of the fact that getting into City Ballet wasn't a guarantee, and that, I could work really hard and do well, but who knows, maybe it wouldn't align and I wouldn't get in the company. So I really tried to keep my options open, but it's hard because there's just an element of luck. Usually it just comes down to what a company is looking for that year. Maybe they need 2 short girls and 1 tall girl, or they just need boys. You never know, and I think often it is just being in the right place at the right time. Being in the studio every day with the dancers that I get to watch and be next to is mind-blowing. I'm very inspired by all my colleagues. Everyone in the company is so talented at every single rank, and I love getting to watch them dance every day and learn from their dancing and also learn from who they are as people. I'm also so inspired by the ballets that I get to dance and the music and the musicians. Just everything coming together is so special, and New York City Ballet is a really inspiring place. I'm currently in California with my parents and my brother, and I've been here for, I think, about 3 months now. It's been a while. I'd say the biggest challenge is definitely keeping my motivation up. So uncertain when we're gonna be back and what live performance is gonna be like after this, but I think that there will be definitely a renewed sense of gratitude and joy from everyone involved when we do come back, and I think it'll be really special.